Welcome back to the Pumpernickel podcast.
Pumpernickel!
The full original squad is back. Well, not the original squad, because we're missing White Mike, R.I.P. But,
Not
White. Sorry, did I use that wrong? I mean, he's in the other room, but rest while he plays games, I guess, however you do that one.
RPG,
there it is. That was nice. Too clever. Yeah. But yeah, this is Elvin.
Nathaniel.
Eddie.
Black Mike.
And first off, we're going to start off this podcast by saying it is November 6th.
Yes.
Please vote.
Yeah, if you have the ability to vote, please do so.
Right, exactly.
In all actuality, if you listen to this tomorrow, it will be irrelevant.
It would be irrelevant. Why are we even saying this? It's not going to come out.
Also, if you're listening to this, probably don't vote.
Yeah, don't vote.
Yeah, you're not qualified. We're anti-vote. Oh, no.
No, I voted, sir.
Yeah, I voted too.
Yeah.
I got my sticker, man.
I voted as well.
Yes, I am.
You bubbled in a smiling face, didn't you?
No, I voted. Early elections.
Jim Carrey for Prez 2020.
You filling all C's again? Because C's are in degrees?
Yeah, that's exactly. There were letters on yours?
Like Scantrons?
Oh, okay.
No. It's all on the computer, guys. It's all on the computer now.
Yeah, I needed a number 2 pencil for mine. But anyway.
Obviously,
Did they ask you guys for birth certificates?
That might be the Mexican in you, big dog.
No. Actually, I brought that up just because it is an interesting thing. It didn't happen to me, but apparently a couple people with out-of-state IDs got asked for proof of citizenship.
Right, because you gotta. It's BS. It's more that BS we gotta go through.
Yeah, but it is,
But speaking of BS, death. Ain't that some shit?
Great segue, Elvin. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
no
is.
kidding.
No. I think it's good.
That's about as smooth a segue as 20 grit sandpaper.
No. It's about as appropriate as it should be. Because I brought up
Voting and death?
Boom, death.
I wanted to talk about death just because it hits you like that. That's exactly right.
Hopefully it don't hit us like Tyson.
No. It comes that way. People react differently. No one really knows what to say. You started working at a place, you've been there 3 months, your coworkers, I don't know, your boss is mom dies, or what do you say? Oh, my condolences, and
That's
some
rough,
people,
buddy.
right, and some people are just yeah, it's,
Oh.
what'd you say?
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, but yeah,
I pat on the back and it's
I mean,
people,
people
and then walk away.
Don't actually say that to anybody.
Give him a pat on the back, go oof, and walk away.
yeah, because what is it, right? What's the normal reactions, if there is a normal reaction? Because there's not, right? You just yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You look down,
Shoot off a sparkler.
Elvin.
Come on.
Listen, I'm trying to be sensitive here. I'm learning, people.
What you do is go to the parking lot, light one of those Chinese candles, and let it fly into the sky.
A celebration of life.
A lantern, yeah.
I'm sorry, a lantern, thank you.
Yeah, it's a celebration of life, man.
Oh, it is a circle of life. Everything has an end. I didn't really want to discuss what happens afterwards or people's opinions on that are, because, people have multiple religious beliefs or different opinions and views. But
There's
it's
only
just
one right view, though. We all get uploaded to the cloud when we die.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's a double. That's a double entendre. I like that.
I see what you did there. Double entendre.
That's good.
But no,
That's good.
that is a really difficult thing to deal with, because when somebody dies and when either you tell somebody that somebody died, or they tell somebody or they say, hey, somebody that I know died. It's just you're sitting there man, I want to show sympathy and empathy toward this situation,
right.
but not too much, because I don't know the person specifically.
And then it becomes very fake and very hypocritical.
Yeah, and you break down and start crying.
And it's just, people are just oh man, I'm and the typical
Maybe don't do that.
Definitely don't do that.
Yeah, try to avoid that sound at all costs. Yeah, at most points in your life, if you hear that sound, try to avoid whatever that situation is.
Or just punch whoever's making it in the face.
That's what you did there.
Yeah.
But that's real. Yeah.
But it's hard, and there's really no
No, there isn't. I don't think there is no proper or
since it is such a morbid thing, quite literally, but no one has a good justified answer to it. We have good understandings of every other sort of facet of life and every sort of problem or twist or turn that comes around. Everyone's been through it, seen it, or you know how it works.
Right.
But everyone's sort of just guessing.
About what death is. It's 100%. That's why I wanted to bring it up because like I said, no one really knows
what it is, what happens afterwards.
Right. So it's very much the situation where like it's very individualized, right? Like that death is only really important to you and how you process it, how you feel, and it's very much like I don't want to hear people just tell me or do this. You know what? It just depends on the person. I don't know. Like some people really want to hear other people around them throwing input. I don't know. It's this very different thing, and it only comes up to me right now just because not that I've experienced many deaths as a young kid, but like as I've aged, you know, getting old, my grandparents are getting older. I'm very close to them. It's something that's going to happen. Uncles and cousins, and it's this thing where like it happens and in the moment it's very like surreal. I don't know. It's this thing that I can't really like grasp.
It's weird because it's both 100% relatable and 100% not relatable because they're all different.
Because it's 100% unique to your situation,
and you don't know, like we were just saying, you don't know what really happened.
Yeah,
it's really our fault too, though. From what I understand, in the West, though, like we're not good. We've distanced ourselves from the concept of death because we just have like different values. Even though our TV is like filled with it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, like
you see people getting
shown
killed
everywhere.
On TV all the time, but it's like we've distanced ourselves from the reality of it, unlike a lot of other cultures. So a lot of other cultures deal with the gravity of it in real time and have gotten so used to it that it doesn't affect them in the same ways that it affects us, right?
Right.
So it's like even going to you, like Mexican culture has a really good way of handling it. Like in terms of celebration of life more than it is the actual facet of death. Just like you pay attention to the fact that it could happen and you celebrate what was there, not necessarily what was lost. And I think they handle it well because they found a way to keep that concept of it in their lives. But I don't think we've done a good job, especially in the US, of bracing people for the fact that stuff like that happens. Because we've had, not to like bring up any sore spots if anybody that we know might be listening, but we've had friends, even college friends, that have died recently.
We have.
It's like, it's people that we know have been in these exact situations, family and friends. I mean, a dude I went to high school with, who I lived in the same neighborhood with, hung out with all the time, died a year ago now. So it's like, all of that stuff is real, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, what facet of it do you concern yourself with? Do you concern yourself with the morbidity of it? Or do you concern yourself with I celebrate the person's life, you know what I mean? So it could be positive or it could be negative.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to word this wrong, but I'm more so to kind of deal with the laws of not being able to hang out with whoever it is again.
Right, yeah. That's the part that sucks. That is a part that sucks, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also depends on who like who the person is and like the situation surrounding the death. Because like I was in college and one of my friends, her grandma died, but she was on hospice, which means for those that don't know, like it's basically like their
like stay-at-home care kind of thing.
Yes, stay-at-home care, but it's essentially like this person's gonna die. We're just gonna make sure they're as comfortable as they can be in their own home until they pass. Which I was a part of this family. I had met this woman maybe like a day ago, and I was in the house when she passed.
Damn.
And so like that happened, and then like everybody in the family showed up, and I'm just kind of sitting in the corner like, well,
that's like the memes where it's like when your friend getting his ass whooped by his mom and you sitting in the corner watching. It's like that, but like a million times worse.
Yeah, it was fucking rough.
Jeez.
It is rough because you've been thrown into this very intimate situation.
Yeah,
it's a very like it's a very unique, individual, intimate.
Yeah, it's like I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what to say, and I'm just like you just want to fucking like vanish and disappear and shit. And but because I was
don't.
So come on, for those, since y'all can't see what just happened.
Yeah, we're not laughing about the topic. We just have some. There's some assholes amongst us, I guess, or asshole.
Singular.
There's some asshole amongst us.
Yeah, there's this asshole who claims not to be one.
There's
Claims not to be a sociopath.
This lovely meme of a
Fake
dude who
news.
throws up the peace sign and then just completely vanishes. Elvin just mimicked that. And yeah, no, like seriously, if I could have done that, I definitely would have. Cause like
It's terrible. Yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward to be stuck in a situation like that.
and like because the person that I was with was a friend of mine and that was their grandma, like I was there when they passed. I was now like part of the family as I had been looped into this entire situation. And it was an ordeal. I mean, it was a good thing, but like it was still like crazy. Also, as a complete side note, to break up a lot of this like hefty
Well, that's
talk,
not good.
don't drink Fresca. Like just
Yes,
I'm not gonna let y'all desecrate the name that is Fresca.
Desecrate?
Yeah.
There's no name to desecrate.
Yeah, have some respect for Fresca.
Let the record show that I did not purchase this. My roommate did.
Okay, so
and once I've opened it, I am a Mexican, poor Mexican kid, so we don't throw anything away.
Fake news.
so the table's divided. It's 2-on-2. Fresca is like
No. As soon as this Fresca's done, I can bash it all I want. But right now, I've committed. I've opened
That
this
tastes
Fresca.
like Mike and Ike water.
Oh, that's actually pretty spot on. Like they dip Mike and Ike's in water kind of world.
Nate was over there Wolfgang pucking it. Like, he took a sip and was just like reflecting on the flavors. I was like, that tastes of Mike and Ike water.
An initial hint of, yes, Mike and Ike's with
Mike and Ike.
At first I thought it was Jolly Rancher water, but that was too generous.
That's too generous. Too generous to be Jolly Rancher water.
But if Fresca did want to pick us up to sponsor, we'll do it.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. I
absolutely.
wear a Fresca shirt.
Yeah.
Fresca is the best thing I've ever tried.
Yeah, man. Like
I got a Fresca tattoo.
That's refreshing.
That's refreshing.
this podcast.
This podcast about death brought to you by Fresca.
No better advertisement for Fresca.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was not what's up.
Anyway, I rock with Fresca, you assholes.
Yeah, but you also
drink
rock with
LaCroix.
Yeah, that's true. LaCroix's good, man.
Yeah, okay.
LaCroix, hold on. We gonna,
You know what
stop
LaCroix
this
is?
podcast
Let's
about
pause.
morbidity.
Let's pause there because
Yeah,
LaCroix. LaCroix is that little kid sweater that you used to have. All right. What I tell you about that sweater?
You're not gonna violate me on this podcast, bro. Young Elvin dressed like Doug Funny. What of it?
Okay, LaCroix is to flavor as T Swift is to enjoyable.
She got some banging ass tracks. You better stop playing.
That's actually probably pretty enjoyable.
I'm not gonna be in the house listening to her album, but if a track come on and it's hot, I'm like, well, let that ride. You know what I mean?
You keep waiting for that to happen.
She got some good music out there, bro.
She bland.
I mean, she looks like uncooked chicken.
That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, but her music kind of bangs. You know what I mean? She looked like, no disrespect to whites, she looked like the standard white woman, like standard hot white woman. Like if you were just like doing if you were in a movie or something like that and you cast somebody, you could cast Taylor Swift because she literally looks just like filler. She doesn't look like she looks like content filler. She is the human version of a movie poster. Like if somebody's going to a movies in a movie, like it's usually some generic sign with like Comic Sans as the font. Taylor Swift is the Times New Roman of humans.
So she's
that's not necessarily a good thing. Though.
What Times New Roman?
Right.
That's what I mean. Is that she is literally standard.
That's your LaCroix.
Nah, that
so
is LaCroix.
she's like the starter character in any snowboarding video game.
Yes. She's like if you were playing a new game and it was like boy or girl, that avatar they showed for girl, it'd be Taylor Swift. Like that'd be like the base model you started from before you started adding customizations to human. That being said, shout out to her paycheck. That girl worth like $300 million.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't knock the hustle. She could pay to have me taken out.
Oh yeah.
To have me released. And that leads us right back.
Well, I'm just saying.
Another beautiful segue by Elvin Samuel.
Thank
everyone.
you. You're welcome.
That one was a lot cleaner.
That was a lot better than the
I had
first
to
one.
work on it, man.
personal growth. I like.
Well,
that.
the first one hits like real life, and the second one was
Exactly. The first one was an homage to life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the second one was like, all right, we could slide back into this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's also death is treated a little bit differently here, not just because of all, like you said, like TV and movies. You know, we all watched The Lion King as youth.
Scar got murked.
You were the only person I've ever met that used the word youth like that.
He does casually use youths a lot, and it makes him seem
Two youths?
every time he does it, it makes him a year older. I think physically, every time.
Because he's starting to get the mustache of like a 400-year-old Asian man.
Oh yeah. No offense, man.
That's too late.
Well,
offended.
I'm offended. Yes.
It'll be after
I'm
you.
sorry.
You're like borderline wizard with that. That might have some magical powers come with that mustache.
He got the mustache.
Well,
that
my
Eddie
great
had.
great grandmother on my dad's side was a witch.
Remember when Eddie from Ed
This
and
is
Eddie
true.
penciled on that mustache under his lip? That's what we got over here.
This ain't a pencil mustache, man. I can't do that.
I'm messing with you. You got the page rule.
Bro,
It's a Sharpie mustache.
Bold. Like, bold Sharpie mustache.
Much unlike his Fresca.
He said you got the Fresco mustaches.
No, I
We're
do
gonna cut
not.
away. We're gonna cut away from that and get back to what we all sitting.
grow a mustache. I mean, just shave everything off but the stash.
Man, I look
He's
like
been growing his beard for 5 years right now.
exactly what you see right now. Is
Nah, bro,
5
just
years of
grow the
growth.
stash, man.
This is peak
Bro,
performance.
shave everything but the stash. Come on.
And look like Chester. Nah, dog, I'm good.
Why would you do it, boy?
I look like Cleveland Brown if I just left the mustache.
That'd be great.
That
That'd
would
be pretty
not
good.
be
That'd be
great.
pretty good, man.
I don't
Come
want
on.
that at all.
No, you can look like Apollo Creed.
Nah, I look like Apollo Creed if everything else fell apart.
I mean, he did have that year off.
It'd be like if he had a drastic year off. Like that year was just
I'm just saying, come on, join me with the stash, man.
nah, man. Nah, I ain't got that in me.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it is.
I try to grow a mustache, it'd be an abomination, bro. I grow less mustache. I grow less hair over my entire body than like white girls get arm hair. Like that's the total amount of hair I get over the course. Was that offensive?
My man's facial hair is plateaued.
Yeah, exactly. I peaked. This is about.
Have you ever rocked a mustache, by the way?
No.
Yeah.
Why not,
You
man?
never did just a stash?
No.
You should do chops.
Nah.
You should red dead it and just do chops.
Yeah, Nate over here's done chops.
I have done chops.
He has done chops.
I've also done a mustache.
That's true.
Do the
He
mustache.
looked like he came out of Hateful Eight when he did the chops too.
No, it fucking worked.
It
The
did
chops-
work.
The foot's
It did
fucking,
work.
yeah, the chops.
I kind of like Wolverine when I did it.
Yeah, he did. He looked like he should have jumped on a motorcycle and rode off into the sunset.
truth. Do the stash, man. I see it in you.
Nah, man. It's 2018.
Dude.
The last thing you need is to walk outside and have somebody call Child Protective Services on you.
Eddie.
Fact.
Okay, so that was like, let's say 6 years ago. My hairline has done a bit of a sine wave since then. If I grew up a mustache now, I would be the scariest rookie cop you've ever seen on the streets.
I want to see Rookie Cop Nate.
No.
You know, because I've noticed something with the stash.
I would look like I pistol whip Hispanic people if I
Well,
did that.
I want to see this, and then we can. Then we
Would I
won't
not?
A new version, hate crime Nate.
Yes. Nate 2.0 is hate
You
crime
look like
Nate.
you came out of a Spike Lee movie, bro.
Yes. I
Man,
would.
if we could have run Halloween back, you could have been a police officer. I could have been like a drunk Mexican.
That would have been racist.
That would have been very racist, yeah.
Better
But
than
that wouldn't have been much of a costume for either one of us. We would have just shown up as a party.
Yeah, it's just
I'm a white guy and I'm a Mexican.
And he's drunk.
Y'all
I'm
are the
not.
Taylor Swifts of y'all.
You know what I have noticed with the mustache though?
What?
I don't get ID for lottery tickets or beverages, but people do think I have a kid.
Yeah, I can. And then with that hat on that you
I
got
was
right
just
now,
thinking that.
that hat make you look like you just yeah, you got kids.
Because that hat's not new.
Right.
That
yeah.
hat looks like it's seen some things.
Right. That hat looks like it has fallen out of your car on the interstate and you went back to pick it up. Yeah. That's my best. Yeah. That's my best hat.
You're also wearing blue from head to toe.
Yeah, that today was a very blue day. Yes.
Yeah, man.
You're Blue Man Bob right now.
But yeah, let's mosey on back over
To death.
If we can continue to stay on topic.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
Truth. But yeah, no, man. Like death is very difficult to deal with, regardless of who you are. It just
Yeah, and I don't think there just for anybody going through it or whatever the case may be, there is no like, oh, this is how you should feel. There is no like, oh, this is the proper reaction.
there's no manual on how to deal with death.
No, and if people don't
How
like
to
the way
deal
you
with
react
death
with
for
it,
dummies.
if people don't like how you're reacting to it, that's just the way it is. Like,
That's
yeah.
real. It depends on the person. And
Beetlejuice had that death manual.
Bro, that's a deep cut reference.
You like
Yeah,
that?
Beetlejuice
Yeah.
was good. Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you still know who Beetlejuice is,
Shout out to you.
good job.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, there's a realization to that. Like, when I lost my dad, there was those moments. Like, I don't know. Like, it hit me. I was also young. I was like 11.
Right.
But it hit me in waves. Like, I cried initially because I found out, but it didn't mean anything initially.
Well, at that age, it doesn't mean as much.
Right. It didn't, because the gravity of it, I didn't fully understand what that meant. And then waking up a week or two later and him not being there. Or like at the funeral, actually. I remember to this day, like at the funeral, I didn't cry. At like before, like I cried the first night. The next, I don't remember crying again until after the funeral service, and we were by my uncle's house. And like everybody was just like hanging around, like chilling, talking about it. You know what I mean? Like just going over his life, telling stories and all this stuff. And I like zoned out for a moment, and I like got up and just went to the bathroom. It wasn't even like a thought process. And my aunt actually was the one who saw me.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah,
so
again,
for those of you who can't see, Eddie just got up and did what?
I threw that Fresca away.
We gonna get into that in a moment. But yeah, my aunt was the one who saw me and like followed me to the bathroom and like was just like immediately like hugged me, and I like broke down immediately. But it was like the gravity of it, and even for months after that, like the gravity of it didn't sink in because it was like, oh, I'm gonna see him tomorrow, and then it had to click for you physically that he's not here anymore.
He is done.
Exactly. So like that's the part of death that doesn't get talked about enough. Is initially it sucks because you know what it means, but the gravity doesn't hit until like it could be weeks, it could be months.
Until you're by yourself.
Until you're literally by yourself, and you realize that you're just not gonna see this person ever again.
Right.
And so it's like, damn. Like, and then all other nuancy shit happens. It's like, I'm not gonna get to show him this. I'm not gonna show him like where I am in life in the future. Like all of this shit is not gonna be there. And so shout out to my mom for handling really fucking well though. Like she came in and was just like, she explained it in a really good way and it clicked. But I think everybody knew up until that point. I think I found out years later that everybody knew except me. I think I was like the last person to find out because a lot of my family was at the hospital when he died. And I was at home watching Raw versus SmackDown like a real nigga with my grandmother. With my grandmother at the house.
Yeah, because you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I was at home chilling. It's all just like, man, it's about to be lit. Little did Elvin know it was not lit.
It was as far
narrator speaks. Little did he know that was not a lit night.
No.
That TLC match was about to be the last thing he remembered.
Man, it's all deep cut reference.
Right. Yeah. Dudley Boys was getting at it, and then I zoned out and blacked out, and that was the end of that night for me.
That's tables, ladders, and chairs for all those who didn't get that.
Thank you, Index Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Index Eddie. That's definitely going to stick.
Yeah.
But no, like piggybacking off of that, like I've lost unfathomable amount of people.
I forgot. When it comes to the pain Olympics, this guy took home gold. Mike is the Michael Phelps of dealing with death.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
he could take it.
We call him Doomsday Mike.
Jeez.
That's not a bad nickname.
It's not. I'm for it. But yeah, no, like I lost an outrageous amount of people. Like my grandma was dead before I was born. My grandpa died when I was 6. My dad died when I was 4.
That's right.
My mom raised me by herself until she died when I was 17. Then I got taken into my best friend's family. And shout out to his mother, who is now my mother.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Fantastic.
Did she adopt you?
Yeah, she adopted me. Like,
cool.
I wasn't prepared to be adopted, I was trying to figure out, because I was 17, I was almost an adult. Like I was a couple of months away from being 18, but
that is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like there were things that I needed to do, because like my mom left me like a house, the car, and like all this other stuff, but I wasn't legally an adult, so I couldn't handle any of that shit myself. So I was like, all right, well, like I'll get like emancipated and like figure out what the fuck to do. And like I was crashing with my friend's mom for like a couple of days while I was just trying to like wrap my head around what was going on. And like I didn't realize that she had like adopted me like immediately. And when I was just like, all right, well, like let me go back home, and she was just like, you are home. And I was like, oh well, shit. All right, cool.
If that's not a Brady Bunch moment.
That's raw. That's real.
Yeah.
Seventh heaven.
You know what? I think that's really awesome, man. Just because like I know you're 17 months away from being 18, and when life throws you in those situations, you have to grow up.
Yeah.
But like when you're 18, man, like you're still just a kid.
Oh yeah,
you're a legal adult, but like you're still just a kid.
Right. You want to talk about growing up? I'm still not done. 2 years later, to the month, my best friend, who I went to school with, I had known him since I was 6th grade, died in a car wreck on his way home from spring break. And so I went from being, at first, an only child to being the oldest of 4 to now being the oldest of 3. So I learned a lot.
Life works differently for people, and you got to grow up.
Those are some high numbers you're throwing out there.
But like at first I was like, depending on like different deaths hit you different ways. Like when my dad died, I was 4, so
you might not remember that.
Yeah, like I remember him, but like it didn't hit me.
Yeah,
like even now, like the gravity of it doesn't really sting. Versus, at 17 when my mom died, like,
and you had these connections,
memories, I had all these connections and memories. But like she was on the verge of dying for several years, so like I knew she was ill, and I was old enough to brace myself for the fact that at some point soon she would no longer be with me. And
at least you got that going, I guess. I mean, it's not good.
Yeah,
but you can at least kind of square up for it.
Kind of, yeah.
But then,
kind of.
But I always like, excuse me. You can either be depressed about it because I have lost a ton of people, or you can like realize that like even though they're not here, like I still am. And there's still a whole bunch of like good shit that I can still accomplish and do, and like be a positive influence and like be a positive influence to like my younger brothers and like do good in school and get a good job and do all this other shit to show them like, hey, like this is how you should try and live your life. And like I always I just fucking, it's gotten to the point now where I'm desensitized to the fact that so many people have died. Like I make jokes about it now, like they're all morbid and like people look at me like I'm insane, but I mean, it's my coping mechanism. I'm a couple $1 billion away from being Batman,
and that's why we call him. That's why we call him G Gundam, because he is the machine.
There it is.
Yeah. No, I think you hit it really well. I think it's that's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Life. It's just like you meet people, you take the best of whatever you experience with them, and you keep it rolling.
I feel like that's the way you should treat everything.
Yeah, anything and everything.
With the loss of it, like deal with the fact that you had good times with it, and
right.
That is heavy. That should weigh heavier on you than
there's the weird
loss.
Counterbalance to that of you. Obviously, let's say just make it easy, friends and family. Let's say you guys, my direct family, whatever. You want to spend as much time with them, but A, you can only spend so much time with each person,
right?
And B, you have to be able to spend some time by yourself and sort of have personal growth. Yeah. So there is a weird balance to it.
Well,
it's hard to hit.
Even if there's family you can only see once a year, once every 2 years, make that time count. Like don't just bullshit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's always the case,
right? So it doesn't have to like. That's the thing about life, though, right? Like you don't remember every day you lived. You just remember the exceptional parts.
You remember the exceptional, both positive and negative.
And negative, yeah. True. So it's like, so if you go back and look at your past, you don't remember what you had for breakfast 15 years ago, you know what I mean? But
Frosted Flakes.
Probably.
Cookie Crisp.
Shout out to that. A Fresca.
Before they change,
start the day off with a Fresca and a fillet of fish and a black coffee, you know what I mean? Like, as all children.
While you're wearing a straitjacket?
While I'm wearing a straitjacket. I mean, you could do stuff like that. But, like, there's gravity to that. And I've been trying to appreciate that because even, like, going with my dad again, like, that one of the regrets I had when I was a kid was that one of the last things I said to him before he died was a lie. Like, he had asked me about something, and I just straight up been like, nah, which I'm a kid, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do stuff like that.
And it was probably nothing serious.
And it literally was not anything serious. It was like, who did this? And I was like, nah, it wasn't me. So it was like, it wasn't like, it was petty. So as an adult, I know that. But it's like, it weighed on me for a while, and then it made me realize to a degree, like, instead of worrying about all the other extra stuff, just try to make the moments you have with people special. Because even if it is only one moment, or if it's a dozen or a million of them, like, make them count, so that way when people remember you or remember the situation with you, they'll just be like, oh, I remember this being fun. You know what I mean? And
that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Hallmark moment.
And on that note,
we're going to end you on that death note.
Yeah, that's what you did there.
See, yeah.
For the noids.
Yeah.
For the noids out there.
Yeah, we can do that shit too. That's cool.
We got something for everybody. But
okay, so we had a very brief discussion about this last week. Why is it so hard to distinguish between people who work at Target or Walmart versus someone walking confidently in the aisles?
Because there's a difference though. If you walk with confidence in Target, you probably work there. If you walk with a lack of confidence in Walmart, you probably work there. Like, there's a slight difference. Like, there's like Target is just like it's essentially Walmart, but just better branding. You know?
Well, no, hold on, because like every time I'm in a Target, like those people are efficient. And shout out to the people that work in Target. Because like anytime I've ever gone and I'm like, I don't know where this thing is, and I just randomly pull somebody who's just like, hey, like, where's, X, Y, and Z? They know to the aisle, to the side, to the letter.
Right.
Like, it's there. And sure enough, when I get there, it's there. And if they don't know, they are on the walkie-talkie immediately like, hey, where's this thing? It's here. Cool. That's where you need to go. Appreciate it. I have never gotten that level of service at a Walmart.
I don't know if I've ever gotten service at a Walmart. Like, I don't know if I don't even waste my time stopping associates. Because I feel like they're going to roast me. That's the way I feel about it. I would turn and talk to an associate and be like, hey, can you look at this? And I was like, oh.
As well they should, man. Like, what are you doing?
Right, exactly. What are you at?
Bro, that's like going to a buffet and asking for them to bring you, like, food to your table.
Right. You go to a buffet and it's like, where's the filet mignon?
Right.
Like, and why is there no table service? Where's the tablecloth and the cutlery?
It's like, cutlery.
Yeah. I just aged you.
That's exactly the situation. Why would you ask them, like...
I agree totally. Like, there's just a difference in demeanor, and it all happens within that difference in pay. Because I think Target gets paid way better than not way better, but it's a
better.
decent amount.
It's better.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, have you seen the inside of a Walmart?
Walmart's disgusting.
It looks
no matter
like
how clean it is.
Like, I work in a wood shop.
Yeah.
And like they clean up, they blow the floors so it gets dust in the air.
That's literally
Walmart looks like that.
Walmart looks like somebody doesn't sweep or mop. They just
How many people are in a Target?
Walmart looks like a giant kids play place.
Because I've been to Targets and it's never like it's also never as packed.
Even super Targets, which can get really big, they can get Walmart size. Like
they do. Super Targets do get Walmart, but even then,
get,
I don't see them that packed.
They're never packed.
Yeah,
like that's because
people can find the shit that they need and
leave. Get out. There's also the clientele is lower because
it's marginally higher.
It's marginally higher prices. And so what was his name? Daniel Tosh or whatever, who had that joke about it. It's like I pay the premium to shop at Target. So it's like I pay the extra 10 cents or $1 to shop at Target because it gets me away.
But Walmart also has items that cater to its clientele. You can't buy like a shotgun at Target.
That's true. Douglasville Walmart hooks you up with shotguns.
You can buy everything you need at a Walmart.
Compound bowls.
You can't do that at Target.
That's kind of what I mean. Yeah. Like I can buy like a 12-pack of beer, a shotgun, a box of shells, a new pair of sneakers,
and a fireworks. And a compound bowl.
Yeah.
And a box of condoms.
You can buy a box of condoms. You can get your eyes checked. You can get like dental.
You can get your car service.
You can get your car service.
Jewelry fixed.
You can get jewelry fixed.
Mickey D's at some establishments.
Exactly. Yeah, like right. A Subway and other establishments.
Right.
Exactly. If you want to go healthy, go to the other Walmart.
Red Box.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can literally get everything you need at one time. Shaq the God himself, said he spent $72,000 at a Walmart once because he needed to restock it. Like he moved into a new house or whatever it was, or a new apartment while he was playing for whatever team. And it was like they were there at the middle of the night, and he spent $72,000. He spent so much.
On what?
Like literally everything for the apartment, TVs, all that stuff.
Like nothing. Like, do you buy the whole store?
Exactly, but that doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem to make sense because it feels like you should be able to buy a whole Walmart for $72,000. But yeah, now that raises an interesting question.
That raises a very interesting question.
Exactly, like how did he do that? One, and then two, how much can you get out of a Walmart for $72,000?
He had to have an entourage to bring everything. Carry.
Yeah, but Walmart is like the Taco Bell of stores.
What do you mean?
Taco Bell, you can get a full meal for $3.
Oh,
right. That means you're buying TVs for $200.
For $72,000, you are paying the employees to deliver everything
and install.
You can get TVs for very cheap, but they also sell some expensive stuff, right?
Not $72,000 expensive TVs.
No. But I'm saying
what's over $1,000 in a Walmart?
You can get a TV for $1,000 or laptop.
Yeah. I don't think there's any TV in a Walmart that's $1,000.
I think there's maybe some furniture like a sofa or something.
No, not even.
Bro, I guarantee you, there's TVs for $1,000.
All right, I'll give you the TV. There's one or two electronics, like a computer. There's a computer in there that's over $1,000. But
they got TVs and
you'd be hard pressed to find something with a 4-digit price tag to it in a Walmart.
But
also, like, how big was this apartment? Was it like
it's almost like he was fucking filling a house damn near?
Well, this is obviously current TVs. but they have a TV for $1,800.
Right.
That seems to be
27. Yeah.
$2,000, $4,000.
Yeah. Just because they offer you the Taco Bell prices doesn't mean they also don't have the folder to show material.
Inch. What is it? That's a big TV.
Holy shit! 4K UHD 100 inches
for $10,000.
It's a big boy TV.
That's a huge TV.
Okay,
man.
now let's theoretically say he bought 2 of them TVs.
That's not even half.
That's not even half yet.
What did he spend?
Maybe he bought rims.
Maybe he
bought rims. Maybe he bought like
for $300.
No. You go to the little auto section, order some rims off of their nice
Who's buying rims from a fucking Walmart?
Right, exactly. Like that's what confuses me. Like he must have got. I think he got bamboozled somewhere along the way. Somebody walked out with like a $40,000 paycheck.
Maybe you heard $7,200.
It was not $7,200. It was $72,000.
Did he buy that many big wheels?
Right. He also Shaq, so everything he buys got to be big.
Yeah, but he can't like custom order
2
shit at
shoes
Walmart.
for him. That's $30,000.
Damn.
And silence fell across the land with that bold claim.
Anywho.
Anywho,
I don't even remember what we were originally talking about.
Death.
I mean, we got off that topic though because you brought up a question.
Oh, try and tell the difference between employees versus customers.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you portray confidence, people are just like, oh, like
They're supposed to be here.
yeah, they know what's going on.
I'm pretty sure
even if they don't work here, they seem confident enough that they are frequent enough of this establishment that they can help me.
Also, if you're black in one of them establishments, you walk with confidence.
Well,
you're
or
going
if
to get a question from an old white lady.
Or if you make the mistake of wearing the company's clothing. Like if you go to
Right,
Best Buy and you're wearing
Don't
like
wear
a blue shirt and black
Do
pants.
not wear a blue polo.
Yeah, you fucked up because
Yeah,
people are going to ask you left and right,
You're
like, where's
done
the...
goofed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I like ignoring the key card, whatever access, I'm pretty sure if I walked into confidence, I could get relatively far into the Pentagon.
No.
Ignoring
Nowadays, I don't think...
ignoring the key card access part of it.
Pre 9/11, maybe.
Maybe.
Ignoring the key card access part of it.
I don't think you get past the door.
so, man.
No.
Yeah.
On straight just confidence
The
alone.
White House, maybe.
Even yeah, I don't think so, man. Like
I think you could do the White House. If you
you
ignore
do the
if you
tour-
could get access to the key card,
Yeah.
you could walk around the White House comfortably.
Yeah.
But the Pentagon is different. The Pentagon's whole thing is security.
Yeah.
yeah, you're not getting
I don't
that
know.
far.
A plane landed into that thing, so I don't know how scary it is.
Well, I mean, what we're going to do, block it from the top with force field barriers?
Right.
Yes.
You got laser beams. You can
When
shoot
do
it
we
down.
turn
like
into
this and
Wakanda?
Exactly. It's like you have the Wakandan
Because I
force
feel
Yeah,
like
activate
we're
the force field.
continent for that.
Wakanda forever.
That's what, I want the Wakanda force field.
Yeah, listen, we're heading that point, bro. Eventually, we'll get there, unless we destroy ourselves.
Leave a time capsule for the niggas in 3030, and hopefully we've made it to that point.
Man, that's asking for a lot. That year don't even seem real.
I want the Independence Day force field.
Lit.
Yes.
Yeah, I want that force field there where we can shoot out, but they can't come in. You know.
Yes. The one way door.
The Winston.
Oh, I was thinking
Yes.
more Phantom Menace. Like you remember when? I know that's cool.
Man, it's about to be a deep cut.
Look, I'm not.
Continue.
You know
No,
what?
go get into it.
Continue,
No.
Continue,
no.
Jar Jar.
Oh no.
No, we'll let that one die. We'll let that die.
No.
No, we're good.
All right, there it is.
We're good.
Yeah, like with enough confidence, you can get through a lot of
You
places.
can get a lot of places. Yeah.
I mean, Walmart, you could probably walk around the whole back area with no.
Yeah.
reason.
I don't think you need to be confident to do that. I think you need to literally have just
You gotta have a pulse and just walk straight back there because they don't pay them nearly enough to stop there and stop you. But if somebody stops you, it's gonna be an older white woman. I promise you.
Because if the store is willing to ignore the fact that you stole $20 or less worth of merchandise,
It's Walmart. It's pointless.
It
to
ain't
even
worth it,
cover
yeah.
that. Yeah.
they don't care about you walking around.
Yeah, you could probably walk in the back and be like, "What's up, guys? I left my key card at home."
I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
No, man, it's just we all have work to do.
Yeah, it's kind of we had that daylight savings, so everybody's operating a little bit.
It's really like 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
I didn't realize that until yesterday.
Yeah.
Also,
I got back to my 4-hour sleep schedule. So
can we please give up daylight savings?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
So off of that, can we go up this fucking 60 minutes thing? Who's counting by 60s?
I literally thought of that yesterday.
That's the inches of time.
I thought about that yesterday. Yeah, exactly. It's just the inches of time. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I was like, why can't we just do increments of 5s?
Something.
Yeah, so why can't we just like have like 25 blanks, whatever that unit
I want
might
100.
be. Or it could be 100.
Even set to 10.
Yeah, that'd be something like 10 minutes or like 100.
60 still kind of fits into both of those, but please continue.
I mean, of course it does. But
right now,
honestly, though, 60 is probably a better number because there's more divisions of 60 than there are 100.
So you're saying why can't we just have 100 minutes in it now?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm just
because counting by 60 kind of sucks.
But I think the whole point of
like,
all of it is that like tens make sense to us because of how we think of things. But if you're talking about divisions of time, 24 and things like that actually do make sense. No. Because 60 has how many divisions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, that's just because we all made it up. You could have made it up whichever which way
12,
it makes sense.
20, 15, 20.
Why don't we just go back by the moon?
10.
It's been 12 moons.
It's been 12 moons.
All right, then, Galileo, how about 7 days in a week? How do you divide that one up?
Now, that one I have no answer for.
And then 30 versus 31 versus 28.
That's true, yeah.
Like 30, 30, 31. Oh, shit. We're running low, guys.
I agree with the months principle. Like, the minutes and hours things I can get with, but, like, the days and then the months just seems like it should be the same thing. Like, so it should be like 30, 30, 30. You know, like 30 throughout the year.
Yeah.
As opposed to
29 and a quarter each time.
Yeah, let's just cap a year at 300 days. And then just, like, see wherever we're at. Keep moving.
But then again, that mess up everything, though. Because days of start like before the moon comes up. Like, so be a friend. So you gotta be to work. You gotta be one of them days you're gonna be at work and the moon just came up. So it's like I gotta get to work. It's 5 o'clock in the morning apparently on our new schedule.
That financial system is going to implode.
Man, everything will implode. That's what we gotta do. Everything based off of when the sun. What happens with the sun, bro?
What happened to the sun, bro?
The sun.
Unless we controlled it somehow.
What would it take to blow up the sun?
Yes.
No, literally.
Time.
You could run a planet full of bombs into the sun,
and it would be all right.
And the sun, all you hear is...
Yeah, the sun
Actually,
the sun kind of scratches like...
Fuck you.
Fucking nerd.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse, why, son?
But he's right.
All you hear is the Wile E. Coyote sound when he hits the ground off the cliff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even reach it, though.
Yeah, it'd blow up long before that.
It couldn't reach the surface.
Yeah,
We're putting a heat shield on that bitch.
We put the whole kind of shield around the whole planet just to get it into the moon, into the sun. Because what, you could fit 330,000 something Earths into the sun?
Something like that.
The hell?
How big's an atom bomb, though?
What that mean to
Bro,
the sun?
the sun doesn't give a fuck.
The sun is an atom bomb. It's worse than an atom bomb because it makes new chemicals. It turns like helium into hydrogen or something like that.
It's insane.
Yeah, it breaks shit down to the nucleus.
Right, so couldn't you exacerbate that process and like make that bitch implode?
You know what'll blow it up? Time.
I'm about to say
that
time.
was the first thing I said.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize you said that.
Time
he said that immediately.
Or you know what? Maybe gravity. That transversus time.
Absolutely.
If you could control
the
gravity.
sun versus a black hole.
If you could master gravity.
I can do it.
I don't know what I'm saying. If you could.
He pushed really hard on the air.
You just make it.
you see me outside like a week out?
It's just like a squirming.
You see a vein shoot out of his head. He shit himself. Dies.
He's standing there.
Nate, stop! No!
Standing in the Denny's parking lot trying to summon the spirit bomb.
He said a Danny's parking lot. That's a deep cut reference. That means that man fully visualized that.
You
He in a Danny's parking lot with overalls and no shirt. It's like, damn, that's really specific. One sock.
He also said I'm trying to summon the spirit bomb.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, man.
What was last words? Hadouken.
On his way out.
As he died, he yelled, Kaioken.
Kaioken times 5.
Times 5. Yeah.
No, your body can't handle it. Yeah, it can.
His hair turned red and he blew up. So yeah, he achieved Kaioken, but he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah.
Hey,
and now
go out chasing your dreams.
Hey, bro. Speaking of religion and dealing with death, I feel like we all have to run down Snake Way. You know what I mean? You hit a certain point after you die, you got to run down Snake Way. Somebody summons you back with a Dragon Ball. You know what I mean?
I think you said Steak Way.
I said Snake Way,
which sounds like a drive.
You running down Snake Way? If I'm dead, I'm probably not doing much. You know,
you ain't doing much now.
Well, if I realize that I'm dead.
You just like...
Tell you what you ain't doing when you're dead is going fast anywhere.
It's like, why am I running down Snake Way?
I got nothing but time. Exactly right.
I'm moonwalking down Snake Way. I'm doing
the
Ain't nobody got time for that, but you gotta watch out because if you fall off, you know what happens. End up in HFIL.
That's fine.
What is that?
You just take that. You take
That's
that
their version of hell, but they edited it in the American version.
Yeah.
What's HFIL?
That's what it's hell, but it's hell spelled out, but they took out parts of the letter, so it's HFIL.
It's just for the American.
It's just for the American version.
You just go behind that waterfall, find the staircase leads back up.
You can find the only waterfall I know how to go behind is the one from Mario Kart.
So you got experience.
Yeah, there it is. You're good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how you view it. Like, if you're one of those people, like, I don't know who believes in the afterlife like that, but I don't know. I guess if you think of it like before you were alive, you didn't know anything. So after you die, you just won't be there. You're just like you're not gonna know anything. You know what I mean?
And all like we are is dust in the wind.
So what you're saying is just carpe diem, my friend.
Yeah,
seize the carp.
By the face.
Yes, Nate, seize the carp.
Seize the carp, he says.
That comes from a man who doesn't read books, who didn't do his summer reading.
It's true.
Anybody else got anything else?
My mother will vouch for that.
Facts. Anybody got anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I think
follow us on Twitter.
There it is. Yeah, follow us on Twitter for real.
Yeah, check out our website, www.pumpernickelpodcast.com.
Yes, sir.
Twitter at Pumpernickel Pod, aka Mr. Pumpernickel P Podcast.
You're welcome.
Still one of the funniest names I've heard in a while.
Google us, Google Pumpernickel Podcast. If you can't find the website, you'll find us.
Yeah, and if you make the mistake of spelling Pumpernickel with the LE instead of the EL at the end of Pumpernickel,
you're stupid.
Damn, don't do that.
Whoa.
The first time I did the exact. I was like, I'm a disgrace to the Pumpernickel brand. I typed it into the Google pod. Google's like, did you mean Pumpernickel? And I was like, oh no,
my stupid.
Google
like I said,
think I'm stupid.
Like I said, don't be an Elvin.
Wow. And on that
on that note, Fresca's terrible. Have a good night.
Oh yeah,
we gonna cover this next week. Y'all have a good week.
Yeah.
Good gosh.